Hello, beautiful seekers. This is Clarity1129, and welcome back to another pick a card reading. All right, and this one is a very powerful one. This one is new moon in Aries, what you need to know. Now, before we dive into the reading or the pile selection and whatever else, I've done some research work from the net, and there is so much of information there for those of you who are interested, who will not be satisfied with what I'm going to cover, because it's going to be very brief what I'm going to give you. All right, but there is, if you're interested, a lot of information on the net, but this is going to be an extremely powerful time for everyone out there. And that is why this particular new moon that's going to come up on the 21st of March is going to be a very crucial one in and that is why I'm going to post this reading at least a week in advance, so that you have enough time to go over this reading and make those changes and set, prepare or get ready the intentions that you are going to set for this Aries season, because then the coming 6 months you can actually work on these intentions that you've set, despite the retrogrades that will happen in between, which I'm going to talk to you about. All right, so pay attention to this portion. I know I myself, despite the fact that I'm a tarot reader, when I go to other tarot readings, I may just stay for a minute watching the introduction, and I usually skip over to the piles. However, this particular one, especially if you are inclined astrologically, it is going to be a major shift. So it's in your interest that you listen to the intro. But otherwise, anyway, the timestamps will be in the description box if you still want to skip onto your pile selection and choose your piles. All right. Now, there are going to be two major shifts that are going to happen. One as early as the 7th of March, in which Saturn is finally leaving Aquarius and moving into Pisces. All right. This is, as I said, happening on the 7th of March. Now, so basically, it was in the sign of a very community-oriented, futuristic Aquarius, and now it's moving to a more open-hearted and spiritual sign, which is Pisces. All right. So, what is it that you need to know? During this time, your past is going to come. The focus will be for you to take a look at everything that you've been looking at with, a dreamy look. If you've been looking at a lot of things that have happened in your past with rose-colored glasses, the reality of that is going to hit you now. All right, because Pisces is a very dreamy sign, is a spiritual sign. It's a sign that can often just go into thinking so beautifully about everything that they may often lose touch with reality. All right, because the dreams obviously are beautiful. Now, with Saturn coming in, which is a taskmaster of a sign, they are going to get you to actually look at things for what they are. So if there's been a connection or a person that you've been idolizing, everything is going to come to you, the flaw of what went right, what went wrong. If you are actually either ways, whether it's positive or negative, it's basically giving you a reality check. And this is what the theme is going to be. All right, with Saturn moving into Pisces. The other major shift that's going to happen, which is going to last for a while, is Pluto shifting into Aquarius. Now, Pluto is moving into Aquarius after a very long time. The last time Pluto shifted into Aquarius was in 1777-78. All right, just think about it. And now it's here. And usually the shifts last for about anything between, I think, 12 years to 31 years when Pluto stays in a particular sign. So now Pluto is shifting into Aquarius. All right, and this shift is going to happen on to the 23rd of March. Thereafter, it's going to stay on here on the, let me see, I've got it written down because I get confused with the date. Yeah, so Pluto will move into Aquarius on the 23rd of March, and it will stay there till 1st of May, after which it will remain in the sign, but it will be in retrograde. Okay, right now when it enters, it's direct, and then it goes retrograde from 1st May to 11th June, and thereafter it will move into the sign of Capricorn. Now basically when this particular shift happens from 23rd May to 23rd March to 1st May, there is going to, and Aquarians will feel it, especially Aquarian sun and rising sign will feel it in a big way, because this, but everyone else will also feel it, because there is going to be this huge shift that will happen for each of you in different areas of your life, and it's just giving you a general idea of what is to happen. All right, thereafter it will move. Then it's going to make its re-entry on 21st Jan next year, and thereafter it's going to be in the sign of Aquarius for 20 years till 2044. So Aquarians out there, you know what you're in for. All right, now this is as far as the basic thing is concerned. Now you must remember that when Pluto was last in Aquarius, which was, as I said, 1777, 78, big things happened during this time. The French Revolution happened during this time. Uranus was discovered during this time. The Reign of Terror also happened during this time. So major shifts will happen, and it is less individualistic as it is going to be on a large scale, community oriented, because that's what Aquarius is all about. So you can expect huge shifts to happen as far as governments are concerned, so much more. All right. Again, there will be a lot of focus perhaps on artificial intelligence and whatever else technology related things as well. There can be a great amount of progress, and there can also be the side effects which are going to be quite dramatic either ways, plus or minus. So this is something to watch out for. All right. Now made a quick note for all those signs. If you're interested in these signs, you can just stay on. Otherwise, you can move into the timestamps wherein I've given you for the pile selection. All right. So basically, what's going to happen when Pluto shifts into Aquarius on the 23rd of March is that for Aries, it's going to be as far as your career is concerned. I'm going to just say it quickly. For Taurus, it's going to be basically a checkpoint for you to see course correction, whether it's got to do with your legacy, your accomplishments, or even your vocation. You get to just see whether it's been going on okay, or you need to make shifts at this time. For Gemini, it's a questions, your belief system, because this is the time for you to actually see whether, whatever relationship you are in, the entanglements you are in, whether it is really worth it or not, and whether whatever you believe is correct, is it really? This is the time for you to check on that. For Cancerians, it's about your relationship with your entanglements, what is more important to you, as well as your finances. For Leos, it's time to give up control. This is the time for you to look at how your need for control, how is it affecting your life and your relationships. For Virgos, it's about your health and your work, and the balance between your health and work. All right. And this is very crucial, because this is a major shift, and this is just giving you an idea that this is what is to come if you don't pay attention in the coming 20 years when Pluto finally shifts into Aquarius. All right. So you get this time for you to just look at everything. Thereafter, it goes retrograde, so you can work on those things. And just keep this in mind, because if it has not been dealt with, it's going to be a major theme for you starting from next year onwards for a long time to come. All right. So that was as far as Virgo is concerned. For Libra, it is more about yourself. Initially you will be focused on your home and family. Thereafter, the shift will move. When it goes into retrograde, it will be more about your self-expression and about whom you really are. All right. And thereafter, it will shift back to home and family. For Scorpio, again, it's about home and family. During the retrograde phase between May and June, you may be a little aloof, but then you'll come back, and it'll all be about, basically, when I say home and family, you are going to be looking at what works for you and what doesn't, and how you can change things there in your family dynamic. For Sagittarians, it's going to be about finances and security. Your hard work will be paying out. It's going to be very a fortunate time for you, Sagittarians. And it's also got to do with you thinking about not just your own self, but also the community at large. Capricorn, it's going to be a huge shift because Saturn was in Capricorn for a whole, for a long time. And now, sorry, Pluto was in the sign of Capricorn for a long time too. The pressure is off you now because it's shifting into Aquarius. You will be focused on your financial matters, your personal securities and values. Thereafter, we come to Aquarius. So now the whole thing is about you. You get a glimpse of it, as I said now. Then there will be a retrograde season when you'll be looking at. So when you're talking about you, it is about everything got to do with your individual self, my dear Aquarians, and out there who are watching this. And it's about your body image, your health, your physical aspect. There's a lot of stress on that during this time. And any insecurities you may have will all come up, all right? And this is for you to work upon. And it's going to be a tough time for you. When you're in retrograde, you may tend to be very critical of yourself, but you are supposed, this is what you're being taught during this time. It's about self-love. And just when you can breathe easy, the year finishes and then Pluto finally shifts and starts residing in your sign for 20 years. So wonderful things can happen. Yes, I can just say that 20 years later, you will see that you'll be a changed person. All right. And now last but not the least, Pisces. This is the time for introspection for you. All right. And you will also be getting in touch with the real you, showing the world your authentic self. Your hidden fears will also be coming out during this time for processing. All right. So this is as far as Pluto is concerned. And you might be wondering, why am I talking about this when I'm talking about new moon in Aries? Because all these shifts of Saturn moving into Pisces and Pluto moving into Aquarius, these are major astrological events and they're happening just around the new moon in Aries. So whatever it is that you need to do, this is a very powerful time. All right, this is the astrological new year, 21st of March, beginning with the Aries season. So this is a very powerful time for you to set intentions. So we are now going to take a look at, I've got these cards shuffled for you. There are 6 questions we're going to ask and each tarot card will answer that, and I've got advice cards. Now everything was pre-shuffled because I had to talk so much about Saturn and Pluto that I did not want to extend the reading to a very long one, and we will just take a look at what are the next steps you need to take to align to your desires. All right, so all these themes are going to come up during this time, so you need to be prepared to set your intentions. That's why, as I said a little earlier, that I'm posting it 1 week before so that you can see it, make notes if you have to, and actually set your intention. So when the new moon happens on the 21st of March, plus minus, depending on where you are, you can always check on Google, and thereafter you see how this can help you. All right, now I will lay out the cards for each sign and then for each pile, and then I will explain to you as we move along. But right now let's just go and to the pile selection. All right, so pile number 1 is the citrine crystal, this beautiful citrine, and I've chosen everything which has got to do with your solar plexus and your sacral chakra. Basically, even this this is the Carnelian. Pile number 2 is Carnelian crystal. Someone would think it's a Mercury retrograde the way I am stumbling over my words. And pile number 3 is the yellow aventurine crystal. All right. I think I have been speaking very fast, so let me take a deep breath with you. Let's close our eyes and take a deep breath. Exhale slowly. Open your eyes, and whichever pile you're drawn to, that is your pile. You may have a message in all 3 piles, or just 1 pile, or none at all. But chances are, if you have stumbled upon this reading, there is something in it for you. So use your intuition and choose the pile. All right. So let us begin. This is move to this side, and this is pile number 2, which will move to this side. All right. Okay. Is it clear? So pile number 1, welcome to your reading. For those of you who've chosen this beautiful citrine crystal, all right, it's time to get your confident self back. It's time for action. Aries is the sign for action. So this is the right time, as I said, to set your intentions, and this reading is going to help you with that. So let me first lay down your cards. You get the 6 of Wands, the 6 of Swords. 6 could be an important number. The 6 of Swords again, interesting. The Knight of Cups, the Hangman, and the Lovers. Beautiful. Let's just I'll lay down the rest of your cards as well. You get Rabbit Spirit, now is a lucky time. Guardian Angel, you are not alone. Angelite, support is all around you. Faith. Hibiscus with beauty and happiness. And last but not the least, we have full moon in Virgo with you are good enough. Is it all coming in? Yes, it is. All right, I think I'll keep it like this for symmetry. All right, to begin with, what are the next steps, pile number 1, that you need to take to get in alignment with your truest desires? And you get the 6 of Wands. And with this, this is the card of Leo, all right? And this is a card that signifies victory. Now it is the time for you to shine. Let the world see you. Whatever it is that you've been working on, ideally Aries, also being born to fire, is you are led by Mars. You are children of Mars. You have that in you to move forward. You're the cardinal sign, the first cardinal sign. You're not the kind who will give in to fears or who has a doubt about yourself. But if you've been working on something and you're trying to get it right or perfect, you're just being asked to go out there and put yourself out there, all right? Let the world see you. This is your time to shine. So if you are having any sort of confidence issue, self-worth issue, address them, because you are ready now. This is your time, all right? So the way you are going to actually align to your truest desires is actually going out there. Embrace this cardinal spirit of yours. Embrace the spirit of wanting to move ahead. Take action, all right? And just shine. Whatever it is that you have set your intent for, it is going to come to you, but you need to be seen. Your preparation time is over. The time leading up to your season, which is right now, as I'm recording this, this is the 5th of March. You'll need to, excuse me for a second, you won't feel it, but someone's rung the bell. I am back, my dear pile number 1. All right, I was talking to you about the fact that you are ready and you need to act. Yes. I just got a bit confused there. Was I reading for Aries because I've been talking so much about Aries and zodiac signs and everything? Or was I talking to pile number 1? Either way, it's pile number 1. What I was trying to tell you is that whatever it is that you're, to be aligning to your truest desires, you need to imbibe, or rather, is that the word? You need to take in this energies of Aries, which is the cardinal sign, which is the sign of action. All right. And so if you have any problem or rather any doubts regarding yourself, whether you're good enough, whether your project is good enough, whether whatever it is that you're working for is good enough, or you need to tweak it some more, maybe you'll do it a little later. The time is now. While I was doing this reading, while I was talking to you about this, there was, an interruption. There was someone at the door. Now, you won't believe it. It was the plumber. in this particular place that I am, if I give a complaint, no one turns up for at least 2 days, all right? And I have just given this complaint about half an hour ago, and someone's here already. This is a sign. This is definitely a sign. Of course, I have told them to come back later because I'm in the thick of the reading right now, and the work is huge. But what I'm trying to tell you is that this was a sign from Spirit. You are ready, pile number one. Whatever it is that you're working for, it's time for you to put it out there. You are going to get tremendous success, but you need to be ready to receive it. So you need to know that you're worthy of it. Whatever work you've done is perfect. Just go and put it out there. Do not hesitate. All right? Now, where can you channel your passion to reap rewards in the next 6 months? And you get the 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is about moving into calmer waters. So if you've been in an agitated mind, you're being asked to just take all your passions, put it on this project, and move away from any negative thought that you have, any self-limiting belief that you have. It's time for you to move to calmer waters, to know that you are good enough. All right, with the citrine crystal here, you are extremely worthy. Just by being here, you don't even have to do anything to be worthy. The fact that you're here on this planet, you're living, you are worthy. Whichever strata of these boxes, or rather whichever box this community wants to put you in, all right, as far as your race is concerned, as far as your culture is concerned, as far as your gender is concerned, as far as your whatever it is concerned, our community is wonderful at putting people into boxes, and the more you want to be free, you get into more boxes. And this is the time for you to come out of all of that, to know that whichever box you are in, the fact is that you were born on this planet and you are worthy for who you are, whether or not you accomplish anything. Now, having gotten that out of the way, know you are good enough. Whatever you give to this planet is something that this planet needs. The people around you need, the community needs. You need to believe that and keep up doing the good work, all right? And whatever it is, put it out there. Move away from anything that's holding you back. And this is the way you're going to channel your passions into doing that one thing that you really want to do. And the only way you can sustain that and channel your passions into this direction is by moving away from self-limiting beliefs, moving away from anyone who tells you you're not good enough or you're not going to make it. Move away from them. This is the time to do that. And what can you be excited about? Instead of worrying about the fact that you're leaving those people who meant something to you but who are not seeing your vision, be excited about it. Be excited about this new life you're going to create for yourself. Be excited about the fact that you are going to contribute in such a big way that is going to change your entire life. It's going to move you ahead, in leaps and bounds. And everyone who's actually, been trying to hold you back and you've taken tremendous courage to move away from them, they will come back around if they have to. All right? If they really are authentic friends and family, they will come back around. All right? And if they don't, then they're not meant to be in your life. You've outgrown them, and that is okay. All right? Forgive them, send them love, but move on. It's time for you to take the reins of your life in your own hands. All right? Now, how can you be more compassionate to others? And you get this beautiful Knight of Cups. You have a lot of love to give. The very fact that you've been stuck and not showing yourself out, by number one, to everyone, holding back, questioning yourself, wondering whether you're good enough, is a direct indication that everyone's needs have always mattered to you. You've always been compassionate. Now is the time for you to be compassionate to yourself. When you become your biggest cheerleader, when you become most compassionate to yourself, naturally your compassion for people will only grow. All right? When you give yourself that love and affection and time, you will give far more than what you were giving others, because you won't be bitter about it. Here, earlier on also you've been compassionate, you've always been putting people before you, but somewhere deep down inside you were hurting because your needs were not being met. And now with this big action of yours wherein you're moving away from everyone else, following your true north, putting yourself out there and your craft out there, whatever it is, and letting people see you for who you are going to be so healed from within that whatever you give others, whatever you've been giving others, you have so much more to give. All right? What can you do to bolster your self-confidence? You need to rewrite the narrative, how you've been talking to yourself. The hangman is someone who looks at, he suspended himself willingly. No one's put him out there. He's done it himself because he wants to look at things in a different way. And in your case, you've got to look at yourself in a different way. Whatever you've been talking to yourself, saying that you're not good enough, that someone else can do it better than you, that all those people you love really love you and they have your best interest in mind, and they said that you can't do it, so you can't do it. No. They love you, but that does not mean they have all the answers. Only you know what is best for yourself. Follow your heart. Even, if whatever it is, whether it was your physical appearance, whether it is the way you speak, whether it is the fact that, you don't articulate well, maybe you have a lisp, maybe it could be anything. Or you don't have, you're not affluent enough as you would like to be. Whatever it is that is holding you back, it is holding you back first in your head. Wherever it is that you are, take it from me, pile number 1. If you are on this planet, as I told you, that means the universe wants you here. If the universe didn't want you here, you would not be here. You would have been an accident somewhere. You would have gone by now. If you're still here and if you've come to this reading, you are meant to be here. What you are offering this planet is needed. So believe in that, believe in yourself, and do not ever feel that someone else will know you better than you know yourself. No. Take that time out to find out about yourself and start changing the way you have been speaking to yourself. Speak to yourself with compassion. When the whole world stands against you, still give yourself all the more kindness and compassion. Forgive other people for whatever they say because they don't know. Everyone has got their own battles and they react because of their own experiences that they've had. So you don't have to have ill will towards them, but don't let them control you or how you think, how you feel, how you should be. No. As I said, Pluto is moving into Aquarius now. This is a very powerful time. Saturn is moving into Pisces. So you can see every relationship for what it is and not look at it with the rose-tinted glasses that everyone knows everything and they have my best interest in mind and whatever I'm thinking is no. What you are thinking for yourself is the best. Now suppose you say, all right, I've thought about something and I've gone here and look, nothing's worked out. It does not matter. You'll make mistakes. No one's told you that the path you choose, following your heart, is not going to have any problems. It will. That whether you follow what other people are saying or whether you follow yourself, roadblocks will be there because roadblocks are what help you grow. But if you trust yourself and if you are exceptionally kind to yourself when things go wrong, that is what's going to change this narrative of whatever you've been, for how many ever years you've lived on the earth. You could be 18 years while you're watching this video. You could be 50 years when you're watching this video. It does not matter. If you have come to this reading and if you have, issues with self-worth, if you feel that you've been talking down to yourself, then this reading is the last that you have done that. Hereafter, very consciously, anytime a negative thought comes, you will replace it with a positive thought about yourself. Say a positive affirmation. Make a short mantra. Alright, it could be as simple as I am good enough. Or I am strong, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Whatever it is, your mantra, which is short so that you can repeat it over and over again whenever you're in doubt. Do it, pile number 1. This is your time to shine. Don't let anyone, especially yourself, take that opportunity away from you. All right? And last but not the least, how can you handle conflict effectively? And you get the Lovers. Now the Lovers, one is out of love for yourself and those around you, you can resolve conflict. If people decide to be difficult, and if people decide that they are not going to understand, then the only way you can resolve it is by choosing. So you choose to walk away. All right. Usually the Lovers cards, they're turning this towards us. Here they're looking that side at the angel. So it is possibly a time for you to choose yourself and walk away from people that you love. Not that you stop loving them, but you're just giving yourself priority, and that is okay. That is not just okay, that is the only way to be. All right. So this is the message as far as new moon in Aries is concerned. Pay attention. The entire focus is on you. And what do you have here? You are good enough, as I was saying, and then you are not alone. So when you walk away from these people that you love, following your heart with a lot of love in your heart, it's not going to be easy, but know that you're not alone. You are meant to do this, and your guardian angels are with you. The universe is with you. Nothing is going to go wrong. You are going to be moving into a place of beauty and happiness. All right? Because that's what you are. But you need to have faith. Have faith in yourself, first of all, and have faith in the universe. All right? Everything is going to work out perfectly. Now is a lucky time. So the number 13 could be significant to you, the number 49 or the number 4. All right, a lot of stability is coming your way. And look at that, support is all around you. I have not taken a look at these cards. These cards, I'm looking at them with you. And just look at this. You are not alone. Support is all around you. Have faith. Beauty and happiness are here. Now is a lucky time. And most important, this and this crystal that you've chosen, you are good enough, pile number 1. There's a lot of victory and success waiting to happen. A lot of love waiting to happen. But first of all, you must learn to choose yourself. You are most important. All right? You are the best. Tell yourself that. Believe in that. And you are going to be able to manifest anything it is that you want. As I said in the beginning of the reading, even when I forgot and I started off on Aries, I think I did, till that bell rang. This is the time for you. This is a very powerful period. So when you see this reading, and I hope you see it as when I post it, because if you see it after a while, maybe you will not have enough time to prepare yourself, but it doesn't matter. You have a whole 6 months ahead of you, because at this time, set an intention that you are going to be your biggest cheerleader, and whatever it is that you really, really are passionate about, you are going to follow it through, and you're going to put it out there, whatever it be, in whichever area of your life it is. If it is a relationship, if it's someone, no one around you wants you to be in that relationship, but your heart calls you and you know that person is true, by all means, go ahead. Follow your heart, but learn to love yourself before you go for anyone or anything else. Love yourself first. And that's a positive affirmation you get from Joey, who suddenly started snoring a whole lot. All right. So that's all I have for you, pile number 1. I wish you all the very best in whatever it is that you're going to do. And I'm going to be there with you when you muster the courage to move in the direction that your heart calls. All right. Have faith in the universe. Most importantly, have faith in yourself. Wishing you all the best and sending you lots of love and light. Bye-bye. Sorry about moving the camera. Pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. For those of you who've chosen this beautiful carnelian crystal, this is your reading. I'm going to put down the cards here first, and then we'll move into your reading. All right. So you get the Queen of Swords, the 4 of Pentacles. Oh, you get another card here, and the King of Swords. Wow, you get it. We're going to put that there. The Knight of Pentacles, the 9 of Wands, Chariot, and the Knight of Cups. Interesting. You also get Wolf Spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. The Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within. Moonstone, live your purpose. Space. Gladiola, with strength of character and moral integrity. And last but not the least, adjustments are required, third quarter moon. All right, my dear pile number 2, here is your reading. What are the steps that you need to take to bring yourself in alignment with your truest desires? And you get the Queen of Swords. Wow. Now this is a queen who means business. She knows what she wants. Her boundaries are in place. She has the diplomacy she needs when she wants to do something, but she can cut you down to size when you try to fool her or try to mess with her. She's not taking it. She's got a lot of experience, and this is where you are at pile number 2. All right. You are willing to compromise when it's required, but you can make out when people are being serious or they're taking you for a ride, and you take no nonsense from anybody. And this is exactly what you need to do. Know what you want. Yes, there is one thing with the Queen of Swords, because this is Libra energy, is that she may be a little indecisive. All right. So right now, as we move into this a new moon Aries, knowing that this is the most powerful time to set an intention, whenever you watch it, now this energy is going to be there for 6 months. So I really do hope that you have stumbled upon this reading as soon as I have posted it, because now you get this time to, make up your mind about what it is that you want and pour in all your energy towards setting that intention for you. Keep your, you should have this absolutely crystal clear framework in front of you where you're being honest with yourself about your strengths, about your weaknesses, about what you want and how you're going to do it. This should be crystal clear in your mind, and now you set your intentions. So this is the energy you're being asked to get into, all right? To be able to actually go and get those truest desires of yours fulfilled. Now, where can you channel your passion to reap rewards in the next 6 months? And you get the Four of Pentacles and the King of Swords. As I was telling you with the Queen of Swords, is that you are going to come into great clarity during this time. And when you do that, will be when you actually open your heart out. Now, whatever your truest desires are, they're there inside you, deep within you. They're lying dormant. You don't want to speak it out. You want to keep it a secret. But enough. You have kept it secret long enough. Now it's time for you to get really clear whether you really want that desire. Because if you're going to have a desire and not speak about it, not act upon it, it will just remain a desire. And initially, you may have the excitement knowing that it's going to happen, but if you don't work upon it, it will lead to disappointment that you have a desire, but you are not doing anything about it, to fulfill it. So that will lead to a lot of disappointment. You will start feeling disillusioned. You won't seem to enjoy anything because you're not taking action. So this is the right time. You have the King and the Queen here. All right. Get crystal clear. Get laser focused. All right. This is the time for you to channel your passions into whatever it is that you want, whether it is a relationship, whether it is your work, whether it is a project, whether it is your social media presence, whether it is your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health, whatever it is. See it in your mind's eye and channel your passions towards it. Now, you may have 10 desires. Prioritize them. And whatever is on the top priority, pay attention there. Pour your energies into that. When that gets ticked off, go to the next. But do that, all right? This is a very powerful time, as I've been telling everyone. So you need to first of all be clear in your mind what is it that you want, all right, before you start manifesting it. All right, so what is it that you should be most excited about? And you get the Knight of Pentacles. Whatever it is that you're wanting to do, it may be slow to come, you know, the rewards may be slow to come, but just know that what comes is here to stay. It is not something that's going to come and then go. No. So if you've been putting your work on whatever, if it's a project, as I said, whatever be the scene, you know, whether it's on a project or it is in your place of work, or if it is your relationships, or if it is your personal development, whatever it is, the effort that you're putting in is going to pay off. It may seem a little slow in coming, but it is going to be something stable. So even if it is something as simple as, say, weight loss, all right, it is not like those, you know, quick fixes that you have, that you've lost 5 kgs and then 10 come back. No. Whatever you do, you're going to take your time doing it. You have a clear vision. You have changed your mindset for it. All right, and you're pouring in all your energy. So the universe is with you, setting your intention now. And you are going to, in the next 6 months, watch it happen slowly and steadily. And it is here to stay. So if you're putting in your effort into, say, your work, some business or whatever it is, you may feel it's starting slow. If you've got a social media presence, maybe you initially you'll find you don't have too many subscribers. It's really slow. It's taking its time. But whoever comes, you know, doesn't unsubscribe 2 days later. They're here to stay. So you are building a solid foundation during this time, all right? And this is beautiful. So you should be excited about whatever it is that you're doing, and not come into the 7 of Pentacles energy wherein you're waiting and you're wondering, is it ever going to happen? No, it is happening, all right? Now, how can you be more compassionate towards others? Pile number 2, you have been through a lot. You've had a lot of experiences. You are the wounded warrior. And the beauty is that you haven't given up. Though you got the 9 of Wands, you got your walls up if required, you know, but you are not giving up. You are keeping that fire lit, that you want it, and you're not giving up till you get it. But you know the hardships you faced. You are the wounded warrior. And anyone who's been through so much has a lot of compassion for people who are in it. And so you can tap into that compassion when you interact with people. Tell them a kind word, give them the encouragement, because this is what you have done to sustain this far. All right, you have a lot of experience. We've opened with the Queen of Wands. A queen, you've not become a queen and coming into this king energy just like that. You're not just born into being a king. No, you worked your way up. You've been through a lot to be who you are. And this has brought in a lot of natural compassion into you. And this is going to flow out of you when you start seeing other people in their struggle. All right? How can you bolster your self-confidence? You know, I don't know why I felt, a lot of Aries energy present in the last reading. And here, possibly it's because of the King and Queen of Swords here that I feel a lot of Libra energy as well. And though this is Cancerian energy and this is Earth energy, and we're not talking about signs here really, but I feel that with this Chariot card especially, the one way to bolster your self-confidence is to come into balance. When you start moving forward, no matter how slow it is, when you've left the stagnant energy, and that is possible only when these horses are balanced in this chariot, all right? If one is pulling this way and one is pulling that way, this chariot will not budge. It's going to be there, unstable as ever in one place. But when the horses are together, when your heart and your head are together, when your yin and yang energies are balanced, when your masculine, feminine energies, whichever way it is, whoever you are, your light and shade, everything is complete balance. That's when the chariot moves forward. All right. And that's with the Queen and King of Swords energy. If it's Libra energy, again, it thrives on balance. And this is what you need to aim for. And when you come into balance and start moving forward, even if the pace is that of the Knight of Pentacles, slow, you know it is steady progress. And this bolsters your confidence as a natural result. So your effort is not to do anything else, but just focus on yourself, be clear in your mind, and come into balance. You are so crystal clear in your mind, and you're following your heart's desire and getting crystal clear as far as your head is concerned. So your head and heart are on the same page, all right? And you pour in all your energies into that. So when you come into balance, you start showing steady progress, and this will bolster your confidence. You'll start seeing results, and results that are here to stay. All right? And how can you handle conflict more effectively? And you get the Knight of Cups. That's beautiful. So whenever a conflict comes up, naturally with so much of King and Queen of Sword energy, and now with the Knight of Cups, you naturally are averse to conflict, and naturally you like to make peace. So when you find that you're in a conflict situation, you move ahead in love. Instead of, when someone gets annoyed, instead of shouting louder, you generally take a step back and speak to the other person with kindness and compassion, because you've been through a lot. Maybe you've faced a lot of tempers coming to this Queen energy. Maybe people were not very kind to you, but you know that. And so you offer your cup of love when people are having a rough time. And so the conflict doesn't, escalate out of proportion, but you are able to tide past it and move ahead. And this comes because you have learned to come into balance. So this is beautiful energy for you, pile number 2. Again, adjustments are required. This you are aware of because you've got tremendous experience here, all right? You know that adjustments will be required, and you will know that that is the only way to come into balance. That just because you've come into balance and you have your clear focus does not mean you won't come into obstacles. But it is when you come into obstacles, it is when you come into conflict, that you need to bring compromise into the scene. Try to understand the other point of view, and that is going to happen for you smoothly because you're in balance, all right? So you don't get triggered easily. Turn knowledge to wisdom. This is exactly what you have done. The number 67 or the number 13 or the number 4 could be significant to you. Again, 4 has got to do with stability. So this is going to be very stable time for you, and you will be living your purpose, which is why this is your truest desire. You've not told anyone, but you're being told to now work on it. Don't let it just remain a desire. Act on it. This is your life purpose. Live it. All right? And unleash the magic within. Unlock the magic within. You can be the master manifester, the magician. You have it in you. And the best part is you know it. With this desire which you've kept inside you, it's time for you to let that desire out and work on it. And with this Space card, it's such a powerful card. It is such a powerful card. This is nothingness. This is Shiva. When you talk about Lord Shiva, Shiva is actually nothing, no thing, and from it comes everything. So this is so powerful. Whatever it is you want, you see it clearly and you make it happen. And this has come right under Unlock the Magic Within. All right. So it's all about getting a crystal clear vision, pile number 2. You do that, and whatever it is that you want is going to come, because when you have a perfectly clear vision and your heart and your head are coming into balance, because that is your truest desire, then you will know that this is your life's purpose, and the universe is going to provide you with everything that you need. You have taken all your knowledge, turned it into wisdom, compromising when you had to, dealing with people around you with compassion, with kindness, with understanding. This is going to move you forward. And these people around you, they are going to be impressed by your strength of character and moral integrity. All right? Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experiences of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, vision cleared, and ambition inspired, and success achieved. And none other than Helen Keller herself, who's been the ultimate inspiration for so many of us. All right? And this is it. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet, and you've not had that. You've been in the Nine of Swords energy. You've come to this Queen and King energy by being here through trial and suffering, and that is why now you have a clear vision, and whatever your ambition is, it is going to bring you the success that you need. It may be slow and steady, but you have that strength of character. You have moral integrity, and that's why you're able to be compassionate to those around you, and you are going to turn this knowledge to wisdom and get whatever it is that you need. This is beautiful energy. Lovely. I love your reading, pile number 2. Wishing you all the very best. Keep that vision clear and set an intention on the 21st of March if you have come to this reading before. Otherwise, whenever it is that you stumble upon this reading, set that intention, that clear vision. Just put it out there for the universe and just do your work. Thereafter, don't worry about the outcome. It will come. It's going to be grander than you can ever imagine, because this is your purpose. All right? So that's all I have for you, pile number 2. I am really charged up with your reading and just feeling that yes, it's going to happen. It's going to be something magical, and I really wish it does happen in whichever way, and it's going to be different for each of you because everyone's desire is going to be different. But I wish you all the very best, and I hope this works out so brilliantly for you. Sending you lots of love and light. Bye bye. Pile number 3, last but not the least, you have chosen this yellow aventurine, and this is your reading. I'm going to put all your cards, lay down your cards first, and then we'll see. We have the 10 of Wands, okay, the 6 of Coins, oh, another card here, the Fool, all right, the Star, beautiful, the High Priestess, powerful. The Knight of Rods. Oh, you've got 2 cards here as well. The Hermit and the Knight of Swords. Okay. This is very powerful. You've got 4 major arcana already. And we have Bat Spirit, a rebirth is assured. Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. Chryskola, start fresh. Right under rebirth is assured. Cleanse, wow. I love it. You know, I don't see the cards before. I'm seeing them with you, all right? And it just makes me so happy when I see everything just so connected, you know. It's beautiful how spirit works. Immersion and intuition, false indigo. And communication is key, new moon in Gemini. All right. So pile number 3. What do you need to know this new moon in Aries? First and foremost, what are the next steps to bring yourself into alignment with your truest desires? And you get the 9 of Wands. Sorry, the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands in the the traditional tarot is a person who's carrying so much of burden. He's just he's not even putting it down. He's literally bent over. He could fall now. He's taken that much. Basically, he's been overworking himself for a long period of time. It's just carrying on and on and on, and there is no respite. But with the 10 of Swords, you know his destination is somewhere there, and he's somehow carrying it, and you feel that burden. This beautiful card, the way it's depicted is, you have realized that you've taken enough, and now you're finally letting it go and moving forward. And this is step number 1 to align to your truest desires. That whatever it is that you've been waiting for, whatever it is that you've been doing for the whole world around you, whatever it is, you're finally saying enough is enough. I'm following my heart now, and I'm putting this energy which has drained me of every little thing that I have, I'm leaving it behind. Enough is enough. You've come to this energy, and this is step number 1, as I said, towards aligning with your truest desires. So kudos to you. Pile number 3. If you feel you've not yet done that, by the time you come here, it is going to happen. All right? Any time now. Where can you channel your passions to reap rewards in the next 6 months? And this is beautiful. Oh, I love it. I love it. I told you I don't see the cards, but when they just work like that, it makes me so happy. You've been, whichever situation, for each of you is going to be different. Sometimes it's a relationship, it could be a job, it could be anything that you were putting in your heart and soul into, and it was just draining you, depleting you of everything that was you. Maybe for some of you, you don't even recognize whom you've become. You've stopped smiling. Even if you smile, it doesn't reach your eyes because you are tired. You want change. And guess what's coming? With this Fool card here, and this is major arcana, it's meant to happen. This is fated. You are going to have a brand new beginning because you've had the guts to walk away. You have had the guts to say, enough is enough, no more. I am going to follow my heart wherever it is, be it a job, be it a relationship, and no matter what the nature of relationship, whether it is you with your children, you with your spouse, you with your partner, you with your parents, you with your friend, it does not matter. You are tired of putting in the effort. You're walking away and you're saying, now if I am in any relationship, any job, anything, it's going to be equal give and take. I will want equal remuneration if I've put an effort for a work. If I have given love and affection, I want the same. If I give respect, I need the same. Equal give and takes, not 49-51, but 50-50. I have done enough in the past and I'm done with this. And so you start ahead. All right? And in the next 6 months, you are going to focus your passion towards yourself, towards finding out what's important to you, towards cleansing all the burdens of your past. It is like you're just starting. Oh my God, yes. With this Fool card, start fresh. A rebirth is assured. This is you with cleanse. This is exactly what you're doing. You are purifying yourself. You're purifying your soul. You are starting afresh. This is a new lease of life. And the next 6 months, this is what you're doing. You're building yourself up from scratch. You are going through a phase of rebirth. For a lot of you, it could be a spiritual awakening. Your eyes have opened. You have realized that now no one's going to rescue me. I am my superhero. I am rescuing myself. And this is very beautiful, very powerful, and the best time to do it because this is new moon in Aries, and this is, you just set this intention and take that step to move ahead, and you just watch your life change. And what should you be excited about? You are the star. That is what you need to be excited about. You will find that you have taken this step. And a lot of Aquarius energy here with the Fool and the star, and then you have Pisces energy here and Virgo. Oh, this actually reminds me of, both your mental as well as your physical is going to be yes, definitely this talks about spiritual awakening for a lot of you out there. All right? You are in touch with your innermost self, and now you have decided to be nothing but your authentic self. You will accept nothing but equality. You've got all your answers from within. All right? And you have done enough and more for all the people around you in the name of love, in the name of it is the right thing to do, in the name of integrity, in the name of moral values. You have done enough and more, and you have got pittance in return, and this is going to change. You have put an end to it. You are walking away. All right? Whether you're physically walking away or walking away from it in spirit, saying that I don't care, now you do what you like. I am doing me. And this powerful thing is going to change. These next 6 months are going to see a huge shift in your life, and for the better. You're going to shine like a star, and this is something you are excited about, this new beginning, and you should be, because it's going to be bigger, grander, huger, whichever way you want to call it, than what you expect. It's just beautiful. This is the universe congratulating you and gifting you this huge gift of a new of a rebirth, of a new life, of so much of happiness, because you have had the courage to take the step for yourself. You're going to be cleansed, and you are going to really move ahead, whichever way it is, wherever it is that you're going to do. It's going to be brilliant, because you have respected yourself enough to give yourself that happiness which you weren't getting from anyone around you. You've been fearless, and you will stand strong. The universe will ensure that you will stand strong. With this rebirth being assured here, and you starting afresh, you being cleansed, this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And how could you be more compassionate towards others? Just give me a moment. You get the High Priestess. You have given so much of yourself to everyone around you. I feel that you are extreme. Those of you who've come here to this pile number 3, and with this Hermit and Star, along with the High Priestess, you're very, very intuitive people. Very intuitive. You have a deep understanding of yourself, and you're connected with everyone else. And with you being in this 10 of Wands, you have catered to everyone's interest, because you know it even before they ask. With this High Priestess here, you just know. You have this solid inner knowing. You're connected. For a lot of you, you're claircognizant. You just know. You just, and you can just sense energies. If someone's off. You can actually pick up on energies. Sometimes for no reason you get upset. When you just enter a room, you can feel the energies of people and what they're going through. I mean, you may not know their personal life, what is going on with them, but you know the energy that they are exuding. You just pick it up. That's how powerful you are. And so when you find that someone's not having a nice time, they don't have to tell you. They may have a smile on their face, but you can make out if there is sorrow behind that smile. And you are naturally compassionate. When you see that, when you pick up those energy, being the sensitive that you are, you speak to them with a lot of kindness, with a lot of compassion. That is who you are, which is why people have taken advantage of you in the past. But this is one of your greatest strengths, and though you're moving away, and though you're starting afresh, this remains with you, and you're able to see that. And while you've got your boundaries in place now, because you are lifting yourself up, but you still have that compassionate heart, and you still give love when it's required, and kindness and forgiveness. So this is beautiful energy. And how can you bolster your self-confidence? And you get the Knight of Wands. It's time for you to just turn on the charm, show the world the real you. Be the Knight of Wands is someone who's charming. They have the gift of the gab, and with this, communication is key. You have it too, pile number 3. So if you've been quiet and just letting everyone speak and never expressing yourself, despite the fact that you have a beautiful mind and a beautiful heart, it is the time for you to now let people see. Be a little more vocal about things. Let people know, how you think, the beautiful heart that you have. Let it shine. Speak up. And this is what you're going to do. People are going to see you in a different light. You may be dressing up differently, a little more boldly for people to see, because this is how you've liked to do it. But maybe people around you were a little more conservative, or they didn't appreciate it, or generally people, when you're busy doing everything for everyone and no one's really caring to ask how things are with you. You've been in that dynamic, so you've never really bothered about your own self, but now that's going to change. You care about what you're wearing, you care about what you're eating, you care about everything that's got to do with you, because you've realized you are going to be your biggest cheerleader. You are that superhero who's saved yourself, and this is it. And I absolutely love you for it, pile number 3. All right. And so this is going to give you, the very fact that you've left this burdensome existence is enough to be bolster for your confidence. But it's not that people around you are going to be very happy when you take this step, but it doesn't matter. You are fearless and you're standing strong because you know that now is the time to give yourself everything that you need, and you're doing that. And so that is a huge, big dose of self-confidence in itself. All right. And how can you handle conflict effectively? Maybe when you leave, there'll be a lot of people who are going to come, and say their truth. You think you're doing this is good, and they may lash out at you because they miss your energy. But you're the high priestess. You can see that, you can sense that, and you know that. And you're the hermit. You're wise. You know why they're acting the way they're acting. And you have it in your heart to forgive them. But you are not letting them step on your boundaries. So you smile, you let them say their own thing, and then you just can't help it. They either accept you for who they are, or you never force them to stay. They can leave. This is the energy that you are in, and this is so beautiful. It makes you magnetic. It makes you so attractive. You'll find everyone coming to you. And with this false indigo card here, which says immersion and intuition, when you reach the end of what you should know, you will be at the beginning of what you should sense. And this is so true. You are going to see things in such a different light. You've been living a 3D existence, and now, there's going to be this huge spiritual shift in you. And you've always been a spiritual person. You've always been a sensitive. You've always been intuitive. But now you're letting it guide you. Initially, you're using it all for everyone around you. But now you're going to let it guide you. And you are going to really have a lot to contribute to this world, pile number 3. Because you've got in touch with your innermost self. Things are going to get so crystal clear for you in the coming 6 months. And your entire aim for these 6 months, and this is your vision, and this is what you're going to make happen, is that you communicate what you want, you go after what you need, and you are building yourself up from scratch. You are going to be this powerhouse, all right? And your intuition is going to lead you. This is beautiful energy. In the second pile, I was all charged up, but in this, it gives me a lot of peace. A lot of peace. As though, it's almost like the World card. You've just completed a cycle successfully. You've put an end to anything that doesn't serve you, and you've ascended. You really have ascended, and you'll feel that. All right, so this is going to be a very powerful time for your own growth, your own spiritual growth, your own personal growth. And it's about time, because you've never done that. With this 5 here, it's all about change. And if anyone thought that this change from here to here is going to be easy, it's not. And you know it because you're going through it. But you're fearless and you've had enough. And this is, with these 4 major arcanas here, this is meant to happen. All right. And not only are there 4 major arcanas here which are talking about change, a new beginning, intuition. You've got all the oracle cards here which are just talking about the same thing. And so this is it. So pile number 3, this is all I have for you. Wish you all the very best. Sending you lots of love and light. And I really hope that this is going to, be so inspirational for those around you, because this is a huge message you're sending the world, that yes, I am important. And this, if everyone does, and I am important in a way that is not selfish, that I'll step over you to get what I want, but I am important in that I am going to be my biggest cheerleader. I am going to be kind towards myself, whether anyone else is or not. And this is a very powerful message, and I think this is the need of the hour. All right, so I wish you all the best, as I said once again, and that's it. Bye-bye.